What if I told you that a simple coin, buried in a dusty drawer or forgotten in a stack of change, could be worth more than your car, maybe even your home? Picture it right now, a tiny, unassuming wheat penny from 1985, minted in Philadelphia, that maybe you tossed aside years ago. To most, it's just another penny, lost amid countless others. But to a collector's eye, it could be a sleeping treasure, rare, unpredictable, potentially worth a staggering $20,000 or even 9 times that amount. Welcome to Xcoins Hub, where we dive deep into modern rarities hidden in plain sight. And today we begin a journey into the story of one of the most intriguing wheat pennies from the era, the 1985p. You might think 1985 feels close, too close, to be extraordinary. It doesn't carry the dust of the distant past. It wasn't a year of revolution or monumental discovery, but it was a year of transition for America. The mid-1980s stood on the cusp of the digital age. Ronald Reagan was deep into his presidency, bridging Cold War tensions with tentative diplomacy. Back then, the Berlin Wall still divided Europe. The Soviet Union still stood, though its grip was weakening slightly. Meanwhile, Star Wars and composed pink boomboxes were cultural staples, shoulder-padded fashion dominated television, and Back to the Future hit theaters, sparking dreams of flying cars and flux capacitors. Amid all that cultural buzz, silent and constant, were pennies, with Lincoln's face stamped into metal, making daily transactions everywhere. These humble wheat pennies continued a numismatic tradition stretching back to 1909 when Lincoln first appeared on our 1-cent coin. The wheat ears on the reverse design, used from 1909 to 1958 and occasionally referenced later, were symbols of prosperity and agriculture. By the time 1985 rolled around, though, the reverse had shifted back to Frank Gasparo's Lincoln Memorial design, introduced in 1959 for Lincoln's 150th birthday, and it had become a fixture in circulation. Lincoln's profile, etched by Victor David Brenner, gazed quietly across the years. On every penny, his features were meant to evoke solemnity, freedom, dignity, humility. In God we trust, arched above his head. Liberty stood to the left, bold and unwavering. The date, 1985, stamped neatly to the right, anchored the coin in time. On the back, the Lincoln Memorial, flanked by tiny pillars, carried the words E Pluribus Unum and United States of America, arching above it, a reminder of unity and national identity. None of this hinted at hidden value. For decades, the 1985 P wheat penny blended seamlessly into circulation. Pocket liners, piggy banks, jar jars, parking meters, arcade games. Millions circulated every year. You'd pass them along or ignore them. They looked identical to the tens of millions that came before and after. So, where does rarity come in? In minting, perfection is nearly, or improbably, impossible. Dies wear unevenly, blanks get misaligned, metal composition can vary subtly. Most people expect mass production to produce identical coins. But right when you think everything is the same, small chance errors slip in, creating something unexpected. A die might crack under pressure, tiny fissures appearing as fine lines across Lincoln's cheek or through the columns of the memorial. A planchet might be clipped, a crescent-shaped bite missing from the coin's edge. A die may have worn unevenly, leading to weak strikes, missing detail in the date or letters. Or metals might flake, lamination errors, where copper plating peels, revealing the zinc beneath. These might seem like flaws, but to collectors, these are distinctions. Unique fingerprints created by the minting process. 1985p wheat pennies are notable for a handful of these anomalies. While the existence of modern wheat penny varieties isn't widely known, even among some hobbyists, the truth is that these coins hide small but meaningful surprises. A wheat penny that slipped through quality control, remaining uncirculated and unstained, might surface decades later looking almost brand new. In some cases, collectors have found coins with crisp, bold edges, perfect surfaces, and striking clarity, earning top grades, MS67, even MS68 from grading services. Others have uncovered rare die cracks, micro clips, or doubling that, together with a high grade, dry value through the roof. Imagine being the first person to notice it, holding a coin against a light and seeing the faint, feathery lines of a die crack on the memorial columns, or spotting a whisper-soft doubling in the date that makes the characters look like they're breathing. These are the moments numismatists live for. In some cases, coins thought worthless become overnight sensations, jumping from pocket change to auction block showpieces, with prices mounting fast. In 2021, a certain 1985p wheat penny with crisp definition, faint but undeniable doubling, and near-flawless surfaces sold privately for over $20,000. Soon after, another, graded MS67 and featuring a deeper dye crack along the memorial, crossed into rarefied territory, fetching close to $40,000. And just recently, a coin combining perfect grade, missing mass strikes, and exceptional provenance stirred quiet whispers and hammer fists into the hundreds of thousands. Numbers like $20,000, $296,000. They sound impossible for a penny, but they aren't fantasy. They're real, verified, remarkable. And this is just the beginning of our journey. Let's slow down and dig deeper. We'll explore the design again, magnifier in hand, unpack why every letter and line matters. We'll break down the specific error types that make 1985p pennies special. We'll walk through collector stories, searching through jar rolls on family road trips, finding a weird word visible only under LED light, posting photos in forums, and feeling the rush of confirmation when the coin arrives back in a graded slab. We'll dip into auctions, hear the gavel fall, and feel the energy of a room that just sold a piece of metal for more than some used cars go for. And if you thought 2,000 words was long, hold on, there's much more to come. Starting with the next section, we'll tease apart the very metal of these coins so you know exactly what to look for. You'll learn how to spot a wheat penny top, 20 error without a microscope. You'll understand die states more clearly than many coin dealers, even some of those who've sold coins worth six figures. You'll appreciate why the wheat penny, despite being minted in the millions, remains fertile ground for discovery. Most of all, you'll be ready to treat even the most ordinary-looking 1985p penny with new eyes, a tool ready to reveal hidden value. For now, hold on to your curiosity, because right here we planted the seeds. A penny, made of copper, dated 1985, ordinary to most, but potentially extraordinary to those minted enough to pay attention. Stay tuned for the next section, where we'll explore its design in vivid detail and show you exactly how to tell whether yours is plain or priceless. Now, what if I told you that 3 pennies, yes, ordinary-looking ones that could be rattling around in your kitchen drawer, might actually be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? Sounds unbelievable, right? But hold on to that thought, because before we get into the nitty-gritty, we've got a special coin to talk about today. One that many people overlook, but savvy collectors know could be a jackpot in disguise. We're talking about the 2016 U.S. State Quarter Dollar featuring John Brown's Fort, a coin that tells a story, hides secrets, and in the right condition, could be worth far more than just 25 cents. Now, let's dive into this historic little gem. The 2016 John Brown's Fort Quarter is part of the America, the Beautiful Quarters program, a series of beautifully detailed quarters released by the U.S. Mint from 2010 to 2021. This specific coin honors Harper's Ferry National Historical Park in West Virginia, and right on the reverse side is the iconic John Brown's Fort, the last stronghold of abolitionist John Brown during his infamous raid in 1859. That the fort itself has become a lasting symbol of the fight against slavery, and the design captures that powerful moment in American history. You'll see intricate brickwork, iron window frames, and even the delicate structure of the building's arched doors and windows. If you look closely, you can almost hear the whispers of that intense time in history. But what makes this coin extra special isn't just its design, it's what happened during the minting process. You see, millions of these coins were struck in 2016, but not all of them came out perfect. That's where it gets exciting. Some of these quarters were released with mint errors that make collectors go wild, that we're talking double die obverse, where the date or letters like Liberty or In God We Trust appear twice, slightly offset, as if the coin was printed twice. Then there are off-center strikes, where the image is slightly shifted, giving the coin a warped or ghosted look. These can range from just a 5% off-center strike to dramatic 50% off-center ones that make the coin look like a piece of abstract art. And don't forget proof errors. Coins that were meant to be pristine, mirror-like specimens, but ended up with imperfections during the special striking process. These flawed proof coins are like rare misprints in the coin world, and people pay big money for them. Imagine finding one of those errors in your own collection. Maybe it's hiding in your old coin jar or sitting quietly in your piggy bank. You might have looked at it 100 times and never noticed anything strange, but under the right light or magnifier, a whole new world reveals itself. The U.S. Mint struck these coins primarily in Philadelphia and Denver, so you'll often see a little P or D just under the date. Coins from each mint can have their own unique quirks, so collectors love finding both versions. And sometimes special versions of the coin were struck in San Francisco for collectors. Those are marked with an S and often come in proof sets that, oh, what's all this worth? That's the question everyone wants answered. If your 2016 John Brown's 4-quarter is just a regular circulated version, it might still be worth, well, 25 cents. But if it's an uncirculated condition or shows one of those rare minting errors we talked about, double dies, off-center strikes, or proof mistakes, then you're sitting on a treasure. Here comes the part you've been waiting for. Depending on the condition and rarity of the error, this coin can be worth anywhere between $19,000 to $95,000. Yes, you heard that right. A simple state quarter, in just the right condition, could be worth enough to cover a car payment, your next vacation, or even a down payment on a home.so. Before you spend that change in your pocket, take a closer look. You never know when history and value might be hiding in plain sight. That coin you nearly dropped into the vending machine, it might be your golden ticket. If you enjoyed this coin mystery and want more thrilling finds and rare stories from the world of numismatics, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Xcoins Hub, and hit that bell icon so you never miss a hidden treasure. Because who knows, the next rare coin we talk about might already be in your hands.